Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
Good morning, students. Once again, I welcome you all in our today's lecture. This is part 2 of chapter number 6, life process. Before starting the today's lecture, let's revise what we have done in our last lecture. In the last lecture, that is part 1 of this chapter, we have learned about what are life process, which are the various life process that help us to maintain our existence on the earth. And apart from that, we have learned about the nutrition and its modes of nutrition. That how many modes of nutrition are there which are followed by an organism, okay, for its survival. So that was 2 modes of nutrition: autotrophic modes of nutrition and heterotrophic modes of nutrition. Okay. Today we are going to start our new topic, that is mode of nutrition in amoeba. That means unicellular organism like amoeba, how they follow the nutrition process in them, that we have to learn today. Okay, you can see on the board I have written, first point is amoeba is a unicellular organism. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Okay, it is made of only one cell. Amoeba like organisms are made of only one cell. That's why they are known as unicellular organism. Second point, mode of nutrition in amoeba is known as phagocytosis, that is self-feeding. That means whatever the pattern or whatever the mode is followed by amoeba, okay, that is known as phagocytosis, that is self-feeding, that you can see on this diagram. Okay, whenever any cell does the process of digesting the food, then such process is known as phagocytosis. It's a biological word. So whatever the process of digesting the food is done in amoeba, it is done by the cell body, because amoeba is made of one cell. So whatever the process is going to be happen, it's going to be happen by means of that single cell body. So when that such cell body itself involved in digestion process, nutrition process, then that is known as phagocytosis. Then next, amoeba make finger-like projection to catch its prey, that is food, known as pseudopodia, that you can see in this diagram number 2. Okay, you can see this is amoeba body, it's uneven shape. Okay, you can see that food particles. Now what amoeba is doing? Amoeba is making, suppose this is my food. So what amoeba will do? It will make like finger-like projection like this, and it try to cover that food particles like this. Then it encapture that food particles and get it into its food vacuole, that is shown in the diagram number 3. So such finger-like projection made by amoeba to capture its prey, that its food. So that finger-like projection is known as pseudopodia. Okay. The next point is which are the steps involved in process of nutrition in amoeba. So these are the total 5 steps which are there in the nutrition process taking place in amoeba. The first one is ingestion. Ingestion word itself said taking something inside. Ingestion means taking something inside. So you can see in the part 1, first diagram of this theory, that is, this is your food particle. Okay, so in ingestion process, what will happen? Amoeba try to capture its prey and it will encapture. It's written, see, to encapture food along with lysosomes in food vacuole. That means amoeba will capture its prey, then it will cover that prey along with lysosomes in a food vacuole. Now in that food vacuole, various lysosomes with digestive enzymes are present, which are going to do the process of digestion thereafter. That is our step 2, that is digestion. So during digestion process, what will happen? To digest food by digestive enzymes in food vacuole. As I said, food vacuoles contain large numbers of digestive enzymes. So once that food particles encaptured into a food vacuole, whatever the digestive enzymes are present in the lysosomes, they comes out and start digesting the food particle encaptured in the food vacuole. Okay. Then third is absorption. Absorption means to absorb food directly into cytoplasm by diffusion. Because after the process of digestion, what will happen? Whatever the complex part of food was there, it is being converted into simple absorbable form. So that absorbable form of food is being now absorbed directly into the cytoplasm. See, this is your nucleus. This is your nucleus in this area. This area is cytoplasm. Okay, this area is cytoplasm. So whatever the food absorbed, whatever the main part of food is absorbed, that food is now diffused into the cytoplasm from the food vacuole. Okay, now fourth step is assimilation. So what do you mean by that? Is to derive energy from absorbed food by respiration and utilize it in growth and other functions. So process of assimilation means whatever the food is first digested, then secondly absorbed, so that secondly absorbed food is being transported to various parts of the amoeba to carry out their various function as well as for the growth of the amoeba body. So process of assimilation is to transport the absorbed food, derive the energy from the absorbed food, then transport that energy to various parts of the body so that each and every part of amoeba can utilize that energy for their growth. Okay, and the last step is adhesion. Adhesion word itself says to move out. Adhesion means to move out. That means whatever the after digesting, after absorbing the food particle, whatever the waste remain in the food vacuole. Okay, so that unwanted waste has to be thrown out from the body of the amoeba, and that is being done by the process of adhesion. As I have written, you can see to throw out undigested food from body by rupturing the cell membrane. That means whatever the cell membrane is there, this is your cell membrane. So now this is unwanted food. So now this cell membrane will rupture, it will get teared. And as soon as it gets cleared, that food is being thrown out or move out from the body of the amoeba, and later on again it's get closed like this. So this way the process of nutrition take place in amoeba. Okay, let's revise it one more time. There is mode of nutrition in amoeba. Okay, which are the some important points which you have to keep in your mind. That is, first, amoeba is a unicellular organism. It is made of only one cell. Okay, it's a one cell body animal. Then mode of nutrition in amoeba is known as phagocytosis. Okay, whatever the process of nutrition is taking place in amoeba, it's a phagocytosis. Phagocytosis means cell feeding, because whatever the digestion, absorption, whatever the necessary process related to nutrition, they all such processes are done by the cell itself. That means cell body itself, because amoeba body is made of one cell. So whatever that one cell body is there, that cell itself performing the process of nutrition. That's why it is known as phagocytosis, means cell feeding. Then amoeba make finger-like projection to catch its prey, known as pseudopodia. So what is the finger-like projection made by the amoeba to capture its prey like this? So that finger-like projection you can see in diagram number 2, and that is known as pseudopodia. And later on there are the 5 steps which are being followed during the process of nutrition. That is ingestion, that is intake of food; digestion, to convert complex part of food into a simple form. Okay, simple absorbable form. Third, absorption means whatever the absorbed food is there, now they will derive energy from that. That means absorbed food is diffused to cytoplasm for absorption of energy. Assimilation means after deriving the energy from the absorbed food, it is being transported to various parts of the amoeba for their functions. And later on the adhesion, the last step, that means whatever the unwanted, unnecessary food waste is present, it is being thrown out from the body of the amoeba by the process of adhesion. Okay, so that's all for this topic. Okay, hope you got this topic. Now we will start our next topic, and our next topic is human digestive system. That means whatever the food is eaten by you and by me, how it is being digested inside our body by means of digestive system, that we are going to learn today. Okay, so you can see on the board, first of all, the diagram of human digestive system, and as I said, this question is going to be asked for 4 marks. Okay, and it's the most preferred question to be asked by an examiner in the exam. So that means कहीं ना कहीं तो साल में एक बार तो इसे लिखना ही है. So it's better कि इसे अच्छे से लर्न करें, समझे, तो ये बहुत अच्छी तरह से आपको आ जाएगा. So let's move on to our topic. First of all, you can see the diagram of human digestive system. Now, whatever the organs which are taking part in human digestive system, firstly they are being divided into 2 subclass, that is main organs and accessory organs. So what do you mean by that? Main organs are those organs of digestive system which actually take part in the digestive system, whereas accessory organs are those organs they just support the digestive system. They never take part in the digestive system. They are not involved in any process of digestive system, whereas main organs are those organs which are involved and as well as participate at each step of human digestive system. Okay, you can see I have written main organs, that is mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. Okay, and accessory organs is liver and pancreas. Okay, that means these organs will take part in human digestive system. They will only provide the supportive, they will play the supportive role in the digestive system. Okay, now let's learn each of this organ and their function one by one. Starting with mouth. Okay, now this mouth, biologically this mouth is known as buccal cavity, just like at your home for hanging any cloth. ठीक है, you use that buckle, है ना, आपने देखा होगा मम्मी कपड़े धोने के बाद उसे जब टेरेस पे सुखाने जाते तो बक्कल लगा देता क्यों गिर रहा है, तो जिससे जो बक्कल होता है सेम हमारी बक्कल कैविटी होती है ना, इट्स लाइक बक्कल. दैट्स व्हाई उसको बायोलॉजिकल वर्ड दिया है बक्कल कैविटी. और कैविटी क्यों दिया, बहुत जबरदस्त केव है, अंदर गुफा है, ठीक है, पूरी प्लेट भर का खाना अंदर जाके गायब हो जाता है, पता नहीं चलता कहाँ गया, है ना, इसलिए इसे बक्कल कैविटी कहते हैं. क्या कहते हैं, बक्कल कैविटी. So this buccal cavity consists of 3 things, that is tongue, teeth and salivary gland. ठीक है, starting with teeth. Now what is the function of teeth? The teeth has to convert the bigger particles of the food into a smaller particles by chewing them. That means teeth perform the function of chewing the food, due to which your bigger food particles are converted into a smaller food particles. Okay, then next is tongue. Tongue does the work of mixing the food particles with the saliva secreted by salivary gland. ठीक है, because whatever the food we have eaten, it's hard, its surface is very hard. So to soften that food, because the inner lining of our mouth is very soft, if we eat any hard food, it will scratch or tear the inner lining of our mouth. So that will cause in bleeding. So just to prevent that cause, ठीक है, tongue mix whatever the food is eaten by you with the saliva and convert that, and it soften the surface. It soften the surface of that food. Okay. Then third is salivary gland. Salivary gland does the function of secreting the saliva, whatever the liquid, because whenever we put the one bite of food into our mouth, ठीक है, our mouth start watering. That means as soon as you put the food on your tongue, that tongue realize the entry of the food into the mouth. That message is sent to salivary gland, and no sooner rather as soon as possible, that salivary gland secrete the saliva. Okay, and that saliva, along with that saliva, it also secrete the amylase enzyme. So what is the role of that enzyme? That means whatever the food is eaten by you, it has some nutrients in it, like protein, fats, carbohydrates. So the carbohydrate nutrient present in your food, so digestion of that carbohydrate take place in the mouth. So it's a 1 mark question. Saying mouth dash digestion start. Mouth में किसका digestion शुरू हो जाता है? So answer is starch. Starch, which is the complex form of carbohydrate. Okay, so out of the nutrients possessed by your food, the one called carbohydrate, its complex form called starch, its digestion gets started in your mouth as soon as you put the food into your mouth, and it is being digested by the enzyme amylase, which is secreted by the gland known as salivary gland. Okay, now next is oesophagus. Now what is the function of oesophagus? Whatever the food you have eaten, now oesophagus transfer that food from mouth to the stomach. ठीक है, आपने जो भी खाना खाया है उस खाने को माउथ से कहाँ ले जाना, स्टमक तक ले जाने का काम ओएसोफेगस का है. ठीक है, so it's transfer the food from from mouth to the stomach. Okay, now stomach. So now as soon as the food enter into the stomach, walls of stomach secrete gastric juice. ठीक है, see each and every organ through which your food is going to pass, your food is going to receive one type of secretion from those organs. That's why I have more often I am going to use this word secrete now and then as soon as your food is getting entered in any of the organs. So just like that in stomach, when your food is entering into a stomach, walls of the stomach, what are the walls of stomachs are there? That walls secrete the gastric juice, and that gastric juice contains three things, that is mucus, dilute HCl and pepsin enzyme. Mucus. Well, what is the role of mucus? Mucus protect the inner lining of the wall of the stomach by the process or by the action of dilute HCl and pepsin. As you know, dilute HCl is an acidic, strong acid. Okay, so such strong acid, when it being secreted into the stomach, it will disintegrate, it will decompose. ठीक है, whatever the walls of that stomach है, ठीक है, उसको गला देगा. HCl की हीट इतनी स्ट्रांग होती है कि अगर वो स्टमक के वॉल के कांटेक्ट में आ जाएगा तो स्टमक की वॉल को जो भी उसकी थिकनेस है उसको पूरी तरह से गला देगा. ठीक है, और पता चलेगा कि यहाँ से खाना खाया और बाईपास यहाँ से निकल रहा है. ठीक है, होल हो जाएगा अच्छा खासा. So to protect it from the action of dilute HCl, from its heat, ठीक है, mucus cover the inner lining of the stomach. Okay, as well as it also protect from the action of pepsin. Because what is the function of pepsin? Pepsin digests the protein nutrient present in your food. ठीक है, whatever the protein is present as a nutrient in your food, that protein digestion start in stomach. So again, it's 1 mark MCQ. Dash nutrient digestion starts in stomach. So answer is protein. Just like carbohydrate digestion starts in mouth, in the similar way, protein digestion starts in stomach by means of pepsin, which is secreted in gastric juice. Okay, now what is the function of pepsin? To digest the protein present in the food. Now tell me, your whole body is nothing but the protein material. आपकी पूरी की पूरी बॉडी और उसके पार्ट्स, उसके सेल सब के सब प्रोटीन से बने हैं. तो अगर पेप्सिन प्रोटीन को डाइजेस्ट करेगा तो क्या वो प्रोटीन आपके स्टमक की वॉल को डाइजेस्ट नहीं करेगा? ऑब्वियस करेगा, आपके स्टमक की वॉल भी प्रोटीन से बनी है. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग कि सबसे पहले जब गैस्ट्रिक जूस सीक्रेट होता है तो सबसे पहले कौन आता है? म्यूकस. व्हाई? टू प्रोटेक्ट द स्टमक फ्रॉम द एक्शन ऑफ डाइल्यूट HCl as well as from the action of pepsin. Okay, got it? Now pepsin, as I said, its function is to digest the protein nutrient present in the food. Then our food from stomach move towards the small intestine. Now it enters into the small intestine. Now small intestine is the largest alimentary canal possessed by our body. Means whatever the length of alimentary canal is there, its maximum part, its maximum length is possessed by small intestine. Though its name is small intestine, but its length is larger compared to large intestine. ठीक है, भले नाम स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन दिया है लेकिन उसकी जो लेंथ है वो लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन से भी बड़ी है. ठीक है, एंड दिस स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन हैज much more bigger length in herbivorous animal because they has to digest the cellulose, which is the very complex form of the carbohydrate. Whereas if you compare our small intestine, so its length is very small compared to herbivorous because we don't eat the complex part of vegetable. We हम क्या करते हैं, हम जो भी खाना लेके आते हैं उससे पहले रॉ मटेरियल को कुक करते हैं. By cooking we convert that complex into a simpler form, then we eat it as a food. Whereas animals like cow, buffalo, they directly eat the whatever the greenery part of the plants are there, which is known as cellulose. So to digest such cellulose they need to have a larger small intestine, bigger length of smaller intestine. Okay, तो ये it's again a MCQ which may ask in your exam. Now small intestine, ठीक है, we are on small intestine. So small intestine is also known as the site of complete digestion of our food. That means whatever the digestion has to be done, it is going to be completed in small intestine only. Then small intestine will completely digest the food eaten by you. That means whatever the digestion of carbohydrates started in the mouth, whatever the digestion of protein started in the stomach, whatever the left portion of the food is there to be digested, all those digestion is going to be completed in your small intestine, and it is going to be take as follow. That means firstly small intestine, okay, will receive the various secretion from the accessory organs. As I said, they are those organs which are not going to take part in your digestion process, but they play the supportive role. They will help you to digest the food eaten by you. So what happen when the food enter the small intestine? Okay, first of all small intestine receive the secretion from the liver, and that secretion is known as bile salt, okay, which is basic alkaline in nature. That means just like HCl has made our food acidic in stomach, so that food is very acidic which is entering into the small intestine. So to convert that acidic medium into a basic medium, so that purpose is fulfilled by the means of bile salt which is secreted by the liver. Okay, is it clear? Now what happen, as soon as the liver secrete the bile salt, that bile salt mixed with your food and convert that acidic food into a basic food. Why that function has to be done? Because whatever the secretion after the liver is done by the pancreas, and whatever the pancreas secretion is done, that pancreatic juice contain the pancreatic enzyme, and those pancreatic enzyme can only act or do their function in basic medium. That means they require the basic medium for their action. So just to provide the basic platform for the enzyme of pancreatic juice to digest the food particles, bile salt firstly convert the acidic food into a basic food, and secondly along with that it break down the large fat globules. That means whatever the fat, because whatever the food we eat is very oily, it contains fatty substance in that, so that fatty substance are very larger in size. So bile salt does the breaking, ठीक है, क्या करता है, वो बड़े बड़े फैट ग्लोब्यूल्स होते हैं, जो बड़े बड़े फैट मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं, उनको छोटे छोटे फैट ग्लोब्यूल्स में ब्रेक कर देता है. So breaking of larger fat globules into a smaller fat globules is also done by bile salt. So here bile salt is performing two functions. Firstly, it convert the acidic food into a basic food so that pancreatic enzyme can act. Secondly, it convert the larger fatty molecules into a smaller fat globules. Okay, then it's the turn of pancreas. Okay, now pancreas will secrete the pancreatic juice, and that pancreatic juice contain the three enzymes, namely first is trypsin, secondly lipase, and thirdly amylase again. Okay, trypsin, as you see, IN, the last two letter is IN. So whenever any enzyme has last two word IN, that means they are there to digest the protein. That means trypsin will digest the protein present in the food, lipase digest the fat present in the food, and amylase digest the carbohydrate, that is starch present in the food. Because see, digestion process of carbohydrate is not getting completed in our mouth. Similarly, digestion of protein is not going to be get completed in our stomach. So whatever the digestion of protein and carbohydrate left, it is continued in small intestine by means of pancreatic enzyme, okay, secreted by pancreas. Okay, then third, lastly, one more secretion one more secretion is received by the small intestine, and that secretion is known as intestinal juice. That means that juice is secreted by the walls of the intestine, just like the walls of the stomach secrete gastric juice. Similarly, the walls of the intestine secrete intestinal juice, and now that intestinal juice does the final digestion. That means whatever the enzymes secreted by intestinal juice, those enzymes finally convert the whatever protein left in your food into a final amino acid. Whatever the carbohydrate is there in your food, it is being totally converted into a glucose, which is the simplest form of carbohydrate. Whatever the fat is present in your food, it is being converted into a fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, so that means the final digestion, the final simplest form of protein, carbohydrate and fat has been done by means of intestinal juice enzyme. That's why I am saying that the small intestine is the final complete site of digestion process taking place in the body. Okay, now whatever the left food, that means unwanted food, any waste, okay, it is being transferred from small intestine into the large intestine. Now what happened in large intestine? In large intestine, whatever the food has been come, okay, it still contains some important nutrients in absorbable form in it, and lot of water. So absorption of that water as well as the absorbed nutrients present in it, all those absorption is going to be take place in large intestine. That means large intestine will absorb the water and the required nutrients which are there present in the food. It is being absorbed by means of large intestine. Now your food is completely converted into a semi-solid paste, because after receiving so much of secretion from salivary gland, from gastric juice, then from pancreatic juice, bile salt, intestinal juice, your food is like liquid. It is being converted into a liquid form. Now in large intestine, after the absorption of water from it, that liquid paste is now get converted into a semi-solid paste, which is known as unwanted waste of our food, and that unwanted waste is being thrown out from the body by means of ants. So here we finish, and here our digestion of food gets completed. Okay, done. So hope you like the topic. Okay, once again, this is your human digestive system. These are your main organs. These are your accessory organs, and this way each organ take part in the process of digestion. And this question is going to be asked in 4 mark in board exam. So hope you got the topic, you enjoyed the topic. ठीक है, आज के बाद आप खाना खाने से पहले सोचोगे कि कितना कुछ होने वाला है, इसलिए बिना टाइम के कभी भी कुछ नहीं खाना, बाद में बॉडी को तकलीफ होती है. ओके, टेक केयर, बाय बाय.